Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the beginning of the week technical analysis. Before I jump into the analysis, just let me give a quick disclaimer. This is not financial advice. Anything that I share during this analysis is for educational purposes only. This is not financial advice. Cool beans. So let's jump into it, guys, ladies, and gentlemen. So, looking back at the pre-week analysis, I told you guys yesterday that my bias for Ditsy to open up the week was bullish. I told you guys that I did expect with um the high impacting news drivers that we had come out today. I did expect a little bit of manipulation to the downside. I was anticipating a pullback down to this 62% weekly PD discount array, right? And I said on the recording, if you go back and watch, I said maybe we come down to the consequent encroachment of Friday's wick, right? And if you notice that wick sits right on top of the volume imbalance, daily volume imbalance that we just broke, right, along with the yearly high. So I was anticipating a pullback down to those levels. As you can see, we wick very close to that 62% weekly PD array, but we didn't quite nick it. But we did reach down to it, and then for the rest of the day was a aggressive bullish day to the upside as anticipated. So that was called on yesterday's pre-week analysis. So for the rest of the week, I am bullish. I do want to see the dollar continue to the upside until we hit the 107.188 level, right? And if we break above that aggressively and close above that, then my next point of interest will be this daily fair value gap that we see right here. And that will be my next point of interest once we break the 107 point. I'm sorry, I said 107.188, but it's 107.186. I couldn't see the top of that six. It looked like another eight. So that's what I am expecting out of the dollar going forward. Um, we could see a pullback down to the buy side daily and weekly liquidity levels that we just broke through today, right? We could see a pullback down to those levels. I will allow for that, but as long as we don't break and close above or below those levels, as long as we don't break below those levels aggressively and close below those levels, then my my bias will remain bullish to the upside. And my levels to the upside, as I said a few seconds ago, is 107.186 in the daily volume imbalance. I'm sorry, the daily fair value gap that we see here. So that's what I would like to see going forward for the dollar. Looking at our currency pairs, I would like to see us continue to the downside. I told you guys yesterday for currencies, being that I was bullish the dollar, we know that our currency pairs are inversely correlated with the dollar. So that means they move in the opposite direction of the dollar. So of course, if I was bullish on my bias for the dollar, then you know that means I was bearish for my bias for Euro USD, GBP USD, and NZD USD, right? And so I did anticipate like as for the dollar, I anticipated that pull back down, right, during FOMC today, right? I was anticipating some manipulation to the downside for the dollar. So the vice versa, I was anticipating some manipulation for Euro Euro USD to the upside, right? I wanted to at least see um price pull up to run the weekly PD arrays, right? We ran up and kissed the 62% weekly PD array perfectly. And we was one way to the downside from there. So all in all, the overall analysis for the beginning of the week played out accordingly, right? I was bearish, Euro USD and GBP USD and NZD USD, and that's what we got out of the market today. My point of interest or my target for Euro USD, if you go back and look at yesterday's pre-week analysis, it was Thursday's 62% discount daily PD array and the 79% um discount daily PD array. And I told you guys, according to how we um, retested those levels, then I would be expecting price to run the yearly low for Euro USD, which is right here, and which we did run today. So we broke. I wanted to see that aggressive break below. I wanted to see that aggressive break below. Um, the discount PD arrays, right? We got an aggressive break and close below there. Price came back up to retest it before running away from it and slicing through that 79% discount level as well aggressively and closed below it. And that's what I was looking for. Those are the signatures or the confirmations that let me know that price was willing to continue lower. And I told you guys that if we did get that aggressive break and close below those levels, that I did expect the yearly low to be taken out. And that's exactly what we got. So for all you currency traders out there, I don't know, man. I haven't traded Forex in years, but I give my analysis for my paid students, my paid subscribers in my Telegram group. And so um they're killing it with currencies because I mean it's all laid out for you right here. Only thing you got to do is throw your levels on there and position yourself to be in the right place at the right time. So going back to the daily, looking at GBP USD, same thing, bearish of course, wanting to see the discount PD arrays levels retested, right? We got that here, boom, boom, right? And I drew your attention to this volume imbalance here, this daily volume imbalance. I told you guys, depending on how we reacted to those levels, if we broke below them and closed below them aggressively, that I would expect price to reach for this gray shaded area, which is that daily volume imbalance. So beautiful. Um, Same thing with NZD USD. Wanted to see us pull back down into these weekly PD array levels, right? We had we had let me go to the hour for a second. So yeah, we had these discount daily PD array levels on here, right? That price um bounced off of for London Open, right? And then we quickly moved below those daily discount PD arrays, right? Aggressively, closed below them aggressively, right? And that should have gave you the confirmation and the confidence to take NZD USD lower. Um, and I do expect us to continue lower for the rest of the week. Um, unless we break back above um these daily PD array levels aggressively. As a matter of fact, I need to put the new daily PD array levels on there from today, right? because those are from Friday's price action. So we need to put the PD array levels on today's price range, right? And we could anticipate a pullback up into the premium PD array of today's price range before continuing lower. So be aware of that and make sure that you put your levels on your chart. So with that being said, we can move on to futures. Looking at E-mini S&P 500 futures, right? I told you guys that I anticipated for FOMC, I wanted to see price open up and pull up into the daily and weekly PD arrays, right? And potentially run those daily and weekly buy side liquidities before going lower, right? Well, I didn't get as much manipulation out of those high impacting news drivers that I was anticipating. So price only pulled up um past the 62% and the 62% daily and weekly PD arrays, right? We did not get up into those upper PD array levels and run that buy side liquidity, right? Which is okay. Once you see that on a lower time frame and you see price unwilling to get up to those upper PD array levels, right? Those 79% daily and weekly PD array levels, that's giving you your confirmation that price um wants to continue lower, right? Because we know overall my bias for futures were to the downside, but with the effects of FOMC, I was anticipating a bit of a higher pullback, right, before the continuation to the downside. It doesn't always work out like I anticipate or how I expect. And I mean, that's a given. Nobody knows exactly what these markets is going to do 100% of the time. But as you can see from the last, I think 2 months that I've been giving you guys these weekly reviews, I think I'm more than like 90% accurate in what I am expecting and anticipating out of the market. So take that for what you will. But all in all, we did see price slice back down through that 62% weekly PD array, right? From last week's price range on this 5 o'clock candle right here, right? And then we seen at 11 for FOMC price reach up into that new week opening gap, which is right here. The difference between Friday's close and Sunday's open, we see price reached up in there and quickly ran away from it to run down into this is a 15-minute fair value gap right here. And if you look right here, we see these fairly equal lows right here that price came, took out. Those are buy stops right there. I mean, I'm sorry, sell stops right there, and stop losses, right? So we see the attack in the run on those stop losses and sell stop, and we seen price quickly run away from that area. So I am I am anticipating lower prices for futures, right? Um, this is today's range, price range. So once you throw your daily PD arrays on there, you know, we'll have premium prices up here for today's level. I anticipate price to pull back up into those levels. As long as we don't break through those levels and close above those levels, then I anticipate ES to continue lower. Um, and this weekly sell side liquidity will be my target. And as I said yesterday, if we run that and close below it, this um, fair value gap here, would be my next point of interest in this sell side liquidity. So that's what I'm going to be expecting out of ES moving forward, right? And the same thing for ENQ. Um, I wanted to see us pull up into this daily fair value gap, right above Friday's buy side liquidity. Didn't quite get there. Um, we reached up for it, but didn't quite get there, right? And then price ran away back down into this bushy, right? And we used this imbalance to run back up to the daily PD arrays for ENQ and close consolidating inside of those PD arrays, right? So I would like to see us stay below the 79% PD array level, right? And Friday's buy side liquidity. That would give me added confidence and confirmation in my downside bias for NQ going into tomorrow's trading day and the rest of the week. So looking at that on the daily, yeah, let's see if price reaches up in that fair value gap throughout the rest of Asian markets tonight and going into Monday, and see if we can get a big resistance off of that level. I would like to see that to continue to the downside. But if we break above that buy side liquidity and aggressively and close above it, then that would give me reason to believe that price may want to reach up into the weekly PD array levels before we continue to the downside. So just be aware of all that, make note of all that. And yeah, that'll pretty much wrap up the beginning of the week technical analysis, ladies and gentlemen. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section, either on the Trader Roundup Discord or on the Pips LLC trading course YouTube channel, and I will make sure I answer any and all questions. If these reviews are adding any value to your trading journey, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. It really helps out a lot. And as always, I appreciate you guys coming out tonight, tuning in, getting this knowledge and empowering yourselves. Let your family and friends know you love them while they still here, please. And as always, peace and love, everybody. You know